The annual report is now available. It's under the About tab at the bottom. 2026 annual report, it says.
Bruce, if you didn't get that message, we're going to start at 12:15 or thereabouts, okay? Have we tested enough? Do I need to?
Yeah, we're actually live right now, and people are hearing
Okay.
you, which is great.
Okay, that's
Thank you.
fine. Okay.
Hello, friends.
Did you have something in mind for these, James? Okay, just, I think it's, Okay, folks, before we get started, I just wanted to get you to the annual report. So if you are pulling up the annual report on a device, on an electronic device, top of the page, okay, people having trouble hearing me? Top of the page, gsptucson.org, our website. Top of the page, it says About. Click on About, and at the bottom of that list, it says 2025 Annual Report. 2025 Annual Report.
It says 2026, however.
Oh, it does?
Yes. By the way, if you can download it to your device, it sure would help us with internet. So if you know how to do that, do it. If you don't, we'll be okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You get that, everybody? If you download it, we'll have less problems live streaming. Okay? Show people how to download. Okay.
If you're in Chrome, there's a little down arrow on the upper left in the toolbar on Chrome.
Thank you.
Like, do I just join the meeting or am I a part of it?
Where is... Yeah, you're 18th on the agenda. So we just call you up at that point to do it.
Read whatever, pretty much.
You do what you want. I don't... You tell them whatever you want to tell them. So. Suzanne, are we good? We're good? Thank you. All right, what meeting is this? What number meeting is this? Are you ready? You ready, Bruce? Okay. Grab a seat, everyone. May God be with you. Welcome to the 16th annual parish meeting of Grace Episcopal Church. We are happy you are here. We have quite an agenda and some heavyweight stuff to talk about, so we're going to get right to it. Anything else that we need to do before we sing? Let's sing. So, you can stand if you want. The Reverend Kim Kennedy will give the opening prayer. If you can stay standing for that and then be seated.
Let us pray. Almighty and ever-living God, Holy Parent, source of all wisdom and understanding, be present with us today in our annual meeting. Guide us to perceive what is right, just, and loving as we look back on 2025 and move forward into a new year. And grant us both the courage to pursue your work and the grace to accomplish it. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
And please be seated.
Welcome. I trust you can all hear me. No? How's that? Thank you. We have good tech people. Okay, I trust you've all had 30 seconds to read our minutes from last year's meeting. So, do you need more time to read them? Okay, good. So, do I have somebody who will move to approve them? Okay, actually, why can't I think of your name?
Victoria?
What?
Andrew.
Andrew, I'm sorry, I'll let you second it. So, Victoria seconds. No, oh, you have something to say. Okay. Got you. You're not going to make it easy.
My name is misspelled in the minutes. I apologize. That's all.
Okay.
Is it the O? Is it the vaunted O? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. All right.
So did you?
So we're fixing Victoria's name. Do you have any other changes or additions or revisions to the 2025 minutes? Anyone? Good. Okay. And Andrew, were you? Okay, Andrew.
And now a second, please.
Motions to approve.
Okay.
That was Max. That seconding.
All those in favor of approving last year's annual meeting minutes? Aye. Raise your hands. Okay. It passes. Thank you. Okay, some postulant movement here. So we had a few things happen. Dale Ann Peterson is now doing her internship at St. Michael's and All Angels, so we want to recognize that.
She will be back in April, so don't
Good.
panic. She's coming back. Yeah, she'll be
Yep.
back. Don't worry.
And we have a new intern this year. Welcome, Sister Susan Hillman. So thank you.
And we also have to return Sister Susan in April. So
And we have
it's not fair, is it?
we have a new deacon, Reverend Kim Kennedy. So that's wonderful, and we keep her. That's great news. Okay, so some staff changes too. This last year. Our parish administrator, Brooke Calloway, thank you very much. She has left. We have a new parish administrator. We want to welcome Ricky Salas. Okay, thank you. Director of Children, Youth, and Families, thank you, Christian Payne. And his replacement, welcome Cassandra Montano. And we have an interim music director, Susan Marcus. So we still have Christina, but we have an interim, so thought we'd throw her in too. Caught her in the act here. And our organist, we want to thank Lori Keene. She left just a little while ago. but we gained Jared Isaac Aragon. So thank you. And we have an associate organist, Kim Braun. She's been assisting with Spirit now and Taizé for quite a while now. Okay, some ministry leadership changes. So the young adults group, I guess Elizabeth Pullen and Max Fortin, you were heading that up for quite a while, and then you had a baby. So that kind of took you away for a while. I imagine you'll be active again, or maybe you still are, but good. So Sam Turner and Rebecca Harkness have taken over right now, and they're helping out quite a bit. Centering Prayer, Karen Hansen and Ricky Solis have stepped back, so thank you. But we still have Sarah Haichu, so thank you. She's not going nowhere. Good. We don't have a director or leader for animal spirituality ministry, so if anybody feels called to do that, please let us know. Let Ricky know. That's something that was very dear to Father Chris, or Deacon Chris, Bishop. So, and he's been gone for several years, so thank you. Think about that, please. Okay, social justice in action volunteers. We've had a few leave, and I've listed them here. I think we have over 50 volunteers presently. I've put them on different slides. I'm not going to read them all. I'm going to flip through. But the social justice in action is comprised of several ministries. I will read those when I flip through the PowerPoint slides. But I want you to know that this is probably, we have the most volunteers in this ministry. And this is the ministry that is right now being sued, basically, this part of our calling, our ministry in our church. So as you see, we have the Joseph's Pantry, Joseph's Cafe. These are all part of the same ministry. They would all go if we lose this lawsuit. Social services, shower ministry, bread ministry, bagel pickup, and sandwich makers, food bank pickup. I think that's the last one. So as you can see, this is a huge ministry. This is really about what we are. We're really living into our mission with this ministry. It's very, very dear, very, very valuable to us and for those people who come to get food, to get social services, anything. It's very, very, very important to this church, and I think Father Steve articulated that very well in his sermon. I'd like to thank Connie. She's been co-coordinating for quite a number of months. So I don't know if you know, that involves scheduling all of these people that I've flipped through, she has gotten so much food for free from different stores, food bank. She's really, really, a go-getter, and she's really brought a lot more food in than we were having, and a lot less money. It's really cost us less. So we've actually saved a lot of money because of her. So thank you very much, Connie. Okay, now the state of the church.
Rob, are you ready, Rob? So I want to let you have our chancellor give you a little bit more detail on what's going on with this lawsuit. And we don't know a heck of a lot at this point, but he can give you the legalese about this that I can't, so.
Is this the point where you'd like online to be muted?
No, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
online folks, we will be back. You can watch it.
Good morning.
another heavyweight subject here because, and it follows this lawsuit, because as all this was happening, something else was also happening at the diocesan level. And that is that, that Bishop Radal, once she came into office, decided that she was going to mandate the retirement age for rectors in the diocese. Under Bishop Kirk, that was never the case. We could continue working in a place as long as the church wanted us to work there, and there was a mutual agreement, and there was really no age thing. But there is a mandatory retirement age in the church, and the bishop decided as soon as she was elected that she was going to enforce that. So I petitioned her, I don't know, 3.5 years ago, for me to continue working at Grace St. Paul's because I think we have a great relationship, rector and congregation, and to be perfectly honest, I kind of think I'm at the top of my game right now. So I, you know. But unfortunately, the bishop decided that she was going to do this across the board with everyone. So my actual retirement age was last August. And so she decided, as we talked about all this and negotiated all this, that she would allow me stay for 1 extra year. And part of that had to do with everything that was going on here and everything else. So I have been going along with that understanding, and I thought that I was going to be announcing to you that I would be leaving you in August, and you would start a search process for a new rector at that point. Okay? So, but because of this lawsuit and many other things that have happened all at once here, all those conversations have continued to this point. And what the vestry had been working on was finding an interim rector. And just so you understand the process here, if you're new to this tradition, what happens in the church, and it's almost 100% of the time, when somebody announces retirement, the parish finds an interim rector to serve for a period of time while you're looking for a new rector, okay? So that's what always happens. So the vestry has been diligently working on finding that interim rector. They found someone who would have been excellent in this position, previous rector in Southern California, and he would have been, I think, really great for this parish. However, 3 weeks ago, I'm losing track of time now, he decided that because there's a new bishop-elect in the Diocese of Los Angeles, and he is close friends with them, and other personal reasons, he decided that he was going to withdraw his name from being the interim here. So at that point, the bishop actually said, did I tell you to turn this back on, Bruce? No, but I did. Okay, thank you. Yeah, this is good. Thank you. I'm glad everybody else is smarter than me here. So when he turned us down, the bishop came back and said, you know what? We don't have a plan B here. And Grace St. Paul's, as you all know, is not like other churches in that, number one, we are, we're on the progressive side, of course. In a larger Episcopal church, we're not that far left of center. In this diocese, we are flaming on the left side. But we're not. But that's a major consideration because there's not a lot of priests out there that could serve this kind of congregation. But on top of that, there are a lot less priests that have experience dealing with a food pantry and all of the ministries that we have here. That's a really small group. And then the number of priests that have dealt with a lawsuit in the middle of this makes that group just tiny. And I mean, I'm talking about everybody in the country. There are just very, very few people. So the bishop came back to us and said, I don't know what to do. Us meaning the senior warden and I'll get to the next part, and somebody else. So they all, and the junior warden too. So they met with the bishop, and the bishop finally called me back into this and said, we don't have any solution here, and we believe that right now you are the only person that can be here during this time. So just last week, the bishop decided that she was going to allow me to stay during your entire search process. So what I'm suggesting right now is that you're going to start the search process now. So that's the deal. Now, think about this, folks. The average search process in the church takes over 2 years. Okay? So, I mean, this is a long process. So it's not going to hurt to start this process. Canon Anita Braden will be here on March the 21st. March the 21st to lead you through the very first step of this search process. Okay? She'll talk to you about what you do, and that'll be about, the first thing is about getting out to the world what Grace St. Paul's is like, so you can attract the right kind of person, writing a church profile and doing that kind of work. So what? It's a beautiful process. Oh, it's a very nice process. It's long, but it's a good process and it's important. The last time you did this, when I came here, it took over 4 years to do the process, okay? I don't think it's going to take you guys anywhere near that time, okay? But the bishop has decided that I will be here throughout this entire process. I will not participate in helping you choose another rector, okay? That will be totally up to you. I'll help you with practical parts of it, but I won't be involved in helping you choose on any level, okay? Now, I want you to know how unusual this is. This has never happened in the Diocese of Arizona, ever. So this is a really, really unusual thing. I'm very grateful to the bishop that she saw that there were not a lot of other possibilities here, and I am very grateful that I will be with you through this entire process. So. So you're going to hear a lot more about this process as we go along. Martha Whitaker is the chair of our search committee, and hence, where is Martha? There you are. So, and hence the reason last annual meeting that we had, that I chose Phil and Martha to be the special assistant to the senior warden, because I thought I was leaving in August. So I'm grateful that that's not happening, but now you get to start the search faster. So that'll be a really good thing. I'm just so grateful that I'm going to be able to be here now, and I think it's a very important time for me to be here, and I'm very grateful for everybody in this process. Okay, thank you. And you guys are fast. So, I mean, you could get this process done. I think about the fastest you could go would be 1.5 years. 18 months. Or you can wait for it. Okay, that's up to you guys. Okay, that's up to you guys.
Remember, we get to select the next rector, so.
That's right. Okay, good. Any questions about this whole thing here? Folks, this has just all happened in the last 10 days, the rest of this. So that's why I've been kind of scrambling to try to figure out all this.
Did anything in the discussion deal with the challenges of a new rector coming in right on your tails? The value of the interim is that they give you a break, the parish a break,
Right.
so that the new rector coming in doesn't have to step into your shoes.
Exactly. And that was definitely considered because, and that's why it's never been done before in this, I'm sure it's been done somewhere across the country, but it's never been done in this diocese. And it's not ideal to go right from me to somebody else. But I'm going to do my best to act like an interim during this process, okay? We'll keep the status quo, and I will do my best to live into that kind of ministry. And you all know I will step aside very gingerly and carefully, and not step on anybody's toes.
May I
I'll
add
do my
something?
best anyway.
May I add something to that?
Yes.
I believe, and Martha, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the bishop said that there would be a little bit of a lapse between your leaving and the next rector coming in.
A little
So,
bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yep. Yep.
What does that mean when you said you would be acting more like a, what was the word?
Interim.
Interim. What practically does that look like? What does that mean?
So what I'll try not to start anything brand new and create something new. We'll try to keep the status quo in the parish. We'll keep everything, and we'll be working on everybody working through whatever they're feeling through this experience. So we'll spend a lot of time doing that kind of work too.
So no more moving the furniture?
So no, you got me. You got me. You got me. Elizabeth, back there. And Martha, if you want to add something to this after we get finished about the search process, that'd be great.
So the first thing that came to mind when I imagined being you in that meeting with the bishop
Yep.
was the question, sounds great, so what extra support are you going to give me?
You mean, did I ask that question? Is that what you mean?
All I'm saying is that's the question I would have asked.
Okay, Elizabeth, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I was so relieved. The senior warden and Martha and the junior warden, we were just coming up with strategies for what we were going to do when the bishop came up with it, told us he had another plan, because this is what we had from the beginning. So to be perfectly honest, I was so relieved that she presented this that I just went, thank you, Bishop. Thank you, God. So I didn't go any further than that. I mean, I probably should at this point, but I haven't yet. This really is so brand new.
So I hear that you were relieved, but I mean, you've been preparing for this for
I have.
half of a year.
I have.
And I'm so grateful that you said yes, because it could have gone the other way, because you're tired and, beleaguered in a lot of ways. And yes, you're at the top of your game, perhaps. But I just want to say thank you, and I'm grateful for your saying yes.
Thank you. Thank you all. Folks, I am not ready to go anywhere, and I was struggling immensely. I mean, you were going to be kicking and dragging me out the door. So I am really, really grateful that this has happened. I'm very sorry about the lawsuit, but I'm not sure this wouldn't have happened even without the lawsuit, because the bishop was beginning to realize that there were not a lot of options out there. And she is stepping out making this decision, because like I said, it's never happened in this diocese before. And she also said to us, maybe this could be some sort of model for the future in the church here. So they're going to be watching how this works and doing it. But yeah, yes, I have been preparing myself, Pastor Dell, for this. But I wasn't doing very well. So I was not ready to leave. So thank you. Anybody else? Thank you. I'm so grateful to all of you. You know, you are my heart and soul. So the fact, just, when you leave a parish, you can't come back for an extended period of time, a year and a half. So, I mean, just that was killing me, the thought that I couldn't even talk and be with you all. So I am so grateful, I can't tell you.
Well, this has been the elephant in the closet, and it's now emerging. But you're just absolutely irreplaceable. Irreplaceable. You are just brilliant in your work, and we all love you.
Okay, thank you, Milton. I appreciate that. This has been the elephant in the room for all this time, and I'm sorry we couldn't talk about this more than this, but as you see, it just changed again. So we're really grateful. But I am replaceable, and you will find somebody who's going to be great for this parish, and we'll do that work. But I'll be here the whole time while you're doing it. So, anybody else? Thank you all so much. I'm so grateful to all of you. All right, we still got a whole meeting in front of us, so let's kick it into gear here.
Okay, Treasurer, the financial report is next, and I'm going to have to get out of the PowerPoint to put up. Do you want the budget for last year?
Now all you have to do is approve a budget.
The balanced budget, yes? Yeah, that's what I meant. And if you can tell me where to scroll, please.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. Is this on?
Sorry. I turned it off. I got it. See, I can't ever leave.
Yeah, we can hire you as a tech. Is that on?
Yeah, that's what I'm good at. Tech, yeah, that's good.
Okay, on a lighter note.
Can we enlarge that? Okay.
Well, it's in your annual report, if you scroll around for it. Typically the treasurer's report is the dismal part of the meeting, so I'm
not anymore.
I'm happy that that's not the case. What I'm showing you right now is the cash flow statement for last year, and by the way, to preface this, the report that I wrote for the document itself is somewhat premised on what Dave Coatsworth has been preaching to me for a while, which is the integralness of finance to worship and service and ministry and so on. It is not something that little gnomes sit off in the corner and deal with, but it is an integral part of all of our relationship with the church, and I encourage you to think of it that way. When we look at the figures for last year, if you'll look at the top two lines, pledge offerings and plate offerings, together they total almost what we had projected they would total, although they are somewhat different in each line. Now, part of the reason for that is that the Easy Tithe program doesn't properly designate what is coming in as a kind of a estimate of giving return and what is coming in as a plate offering. So more gets reported as a plate offering, even though a lot of that, I think, is pledged giving. So while I have dealt with that in the budget that you'll see, it's still, you have to look at those two lines together. Also in there You'll notice that it wasn't a great year for foundation grants. Next year should be better, and we think we will be able to restore some of that. So what you see is the total revenue for the year just under 16,000 below what we had expected on a budget of almost 800,000. Then if you look down at expenditures, you can see that the administrative expenditures for the year were substantially below our budget. That is almost 36,000 below. The Change the World expenditures were about 12 to 13,000 below. Food for the Journey, about 4,000 below. The Open to All stuff was a little bit above, about 9,000. And overall expenditures, even salaries and wages were a little bit, about 10,000 below. So our total expenditures came out about 54,000 below budget. And as a result, we had net operating revenue of about 10,000 negative, which is considerably better than we were projecting for the year. Now, going forward, we can continue to restrain ourselves on expenditures, and we have done that somewhat intentionally this year. I'll mention a little bit more of that in a minute. But it's not a good way to run the church. This is done at the cost of mission. It's done at the cost of the people that we serve. So we don't really want to do this. We had some other revenues, and the result is that we had a very slight surplus for the year when we applied some discretionary funds and some grant funds to this. Okay? So why don't we go on then to, let's go to the treasurer's report itself.
So while we're doing that, so what Paul just told you is we ended the year with a balanced budget. So we did use some, as Paul just said, other funds, and those were restricted funds, one of which was from a former parishioner, Dira Mahoney, who willed us a certain amount of money. We did have to use all the rest of that money this year to balance the budget. But the great news is that we had a balanced budget after everything. So thank you all for making that happen. So.
Okay. Now, you have a written report in there, which you can take a look at if you're somewhat masochistic. But as I mentioned, reducing expenditure as a way to balance the budget is not a good way. It's done at the cost of our mission, and we really don't want to do that. In addition, there are a number of needs that we were not able to meet this year, including a cost of living adjustment for the various salaries. We did one last year, and we did it with the intent that it would be a 2-year increase, but we will certainly want to do that next year if we can. We've had a number of staff changes, and we'll continue apparently to have some. Those are always a little bit negative as far as the budget is concerned initially, but they become more positive as people stay around and grow more fully into their roles. There are numerous repairs needed, as the junior warden will tell you, and replacements, upgrading of equipment, and so on. And we've really held off on that this year to an extent that we probably shouldn't, but we did. And so that's always a necessity. In addition, there are lawsuit uncertainties here. We are hopeful that our legal expenditures will not be substantial. We have promises of assistance from the insurer and vague promises from the diocese, hopes from Snell and Wilmer that they can do things pro bono or very close to it. So we hope that won't be too great a drag, but it's an uncertainty. And the last uncertainty, of course, is the national economy. Very, very hard to predict. I mean, as we move ever closer to, I would say, losing the dollar as the world's reserve currency, we may face a very jolting adjustment in all of our lives. So that remains possible, and we just have to struggle to figure out what's going to go on here. Let's then go to the budget. Okay. As you can see, as I mentioned, on revenues, we are projecting revenues of slightly greater than we projected this year. Pledge offerings, plate offerings, we expect those to remain about the same, though increased offerings there are extremely welcome. The foundation grants we project will come in a little bit higher this year. We obviously didn't have them last year, partly because we might have been ineligible for some of them that we will be eligible for this year. So we expect that to improve as well. In terms of wages and benefits, I'm projecting a very modest increase in those for the year, but not very much. The open to all will stay about the same, as will Food for the Journey. Change the World, I'm simply projecting on the basis of what we saw this year, which means mostly that Joseph's Pantry and the Cafe came in substantially below budget because they are funded in other ways. They're funded through discretionary funds and special grants. So we expect the budgeted portion, the administrative portion of Change the World to be a bit lower, and the administrative to be just a bit higher, but not much. So overall, we would project net revenue of about negative $8,000. Given all those uncertainties, it remains to be seen what will happen, but that is what I have projected, and that is what the vestry has recommended to you as a budget for next year. So, do we need to approve the financials as well as the budget? No. No. Okay, we just need to approve the budget for next year.
Yes.
If there are any questions, though, I can certainly answer them before.
Oh, I see. That one works. I think Martha did.
So I'm looking at the expenses and building and ground staff. I'm assuming that's James and Tom. Is that correct?
The building and grant staff has been running below budget for a couple of years now, and I'm projecting that to continue, partly because some of that has been shifted to another budget line.
So what are we paying James?
I'd have to look at QuickBooks to tell you that, but that's not changed beyond what it was for this year.
Well, I think maybe it should, with inflation the way it is.
Well, I think that's true for all wages that we have. It's just been so tight that I can't project it. If we can do it next year, I will try to do it on a make-up basis. I know that's not perfectly
I'm just concerned that
satisfactory.
he has enough to live on. That's my point.
If you want to make an amendment, you can do that.
Thank you. Can you explain what the Easy Tithe fees are? Because I've noticed that last year it was over 10,000 and we're projecting 6,500.
It's an administrative fee. I think some of that is for a previous year. It was paid last year as opposed to the year before because we were going through some changes of systems from one system to another. So we had something of a double payment last year.
Oh, okay, so the next question I had is, are there some things that we can do as parishioners to, I mean, it sounds like every time we make a donation using Easy Tithe, there's a charge associated with it?
I think we need to adjust the form. I'm told that there is a box that needs to be checked in order to get it credited. It will be credited as part of people's individual estimates of giving, but it doesn't get credited that way for our general books purposes. We can adjust the form in such a way, I think, that we can make that happen better.
So that when we're making a donation, we can say, we'll pick up the charge. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I see. I don't know. We'll take a look at that.
Okay.
See if we can do something about.
That's a great idea, Martha.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know
is a
that
good
we
idea.
ever thought of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's a great idea.
If I may.
Bruce.
So it seems to me that using your own bill pay in your own bank could save the church money.
Yeah, there are mechanisms to do that, and we'll see if we
Yes.
can incorporate that. Yeah.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, lots of organizations and restaurants, frankly, are saying, can you add 3.7% or something to cover the fees for this? And I think most people would do that on their tithes.
Yep.
So that's another thing that can be done on the form.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Good idea.
Thank you. On page 27, the foundation grants, my question to get proposed $30,000, where are you hoping to get funded from foundation grants, either in Tucson or in Arizona, especially with DEI cuts?
Yeah, that's the Community Foundation. Is that what
For
that's
Southern
called, Phil?
Arizona,
Yeah,
yes.
we've just submitted the application for that and are very hopeful of getting it.
Actually, I submitted it a couple months ago before Christmas. So I'm hoping we'll hear soon.
I know we have neighbors that are speaking up for us on that, so hopefully that will help.
I wanted to add a side comment here. Anybody who's been in church annual fund campaigns for any length of time knows that we always ask you to see if you can give a little bit more this year than you did last year. Sound familiar? And there's a piece that's come up here that often doesn't get connected to that request. I've been in a number of churches where clergy does what clergy has done here, and staff often as well, and they go from year to year, and all the other expenses have to be covered as they go up with inflation, and clergy ends up taking the hit and getting a little or zero increase. That's part of their commitment to the job and the work. But what it does to the congregation is that when the time comes to pay a new called clergy, the money isn't there to be competitive in the market. So I really do encourage you to see if you can make either an extra gift sometime or to raise the level of your giving a little bit more than you might have been thinking about. And we'll be talking more about this throughout the year.
That's a really good point, Dave. You guys are going to get sticker shock when you find out how much somebody else is going to ask for here. So.
Does the item coffee hour fellowship, where we're like $3,000 over, does that include for celebration of life?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe Ann and I can talk about that to see.
Yeah, I mean, we get some of that money back from folks who can afford to pay us back, but if they can't, we just eat it.
And so that whole amount, that whole $5,000 amount is all COLs, or there's other stuff in there?
No, it's not just you guys. That's Christmas and Easter when we supplement food for the congregation when we don't have enough potlucks and stuff like that.
What I'm doing here is just trying to get it in the minutes, because I'm going to challenge you and the new vestry that I believe the budget needs to be adjusted so that there is an allowance for the inflation in the salaries of those folks that are paid by this parish, and that there be adjustments made elsewhere in order to find a balance, and then bring that back as you can to the membership and say, this is what it takes. But I believe we have to find those funds to pay the cost of inflation. 3% or 4% is a lot, and especially on the lower-ended folks.
That's true, and I sympathize very much with that. We also have physical needs for repair of the building and upgrading of equipment and so on that are pretty close to essential, but we prioritize even those things. If, again, as I say, if you want to make an adjustment, we can propose an amendment.
Just a comment, the organ, we have a piano, we have another organ, we have voices. The payment of people like James and the folks that do the work here need to be at number one priority. And then we figure out what else we have to do. Two things have to happen. Number one, we have to take care of the folks that are working here. Number two, take care of the people that we're serving here in the Change the World. Mm-hmm. Some of this other stuff is nice, but it doesn't have priority over those things in the church's real meaning. If you look at what Jesus did with talking about the disinherited, he was not concerned about the temples. He was concerned about the people. And we have to keep that focus. And yeah, it hurts to some of the other stuff that we're doing, but that's where we have to be. So.
Yeah, I don't want to create the impression that we are not taking that very seriously and that we are elevating unnecessary things above necessary things. Maybe this year, maybe next year, we will try to put together a committee to do this, not just me, but have others of us involved in trying to put together a budget. Now, this was a particularly difficult year because of all the uncertainties we had until about a week ago. Really difficult to plan for transition of rector and so on, but again, we can consider all of that.
Quick question going back to what Martha was talking about. I did not realize there was a fee associated with paying online. If we go old school and pay by check, does that avoid that fee?
It would, yes.
Oh, thank you.
I understand that we need to serve the people, and that's the whole point of our existence. But if we don't take care of the structure that allows us to do that, then we'll be in trouble and we won't be able to serve anybody. So I do think that those expenses are necessary. They're not, that's just me.
Yeah, as I say, we have been prioritizing expenditures. I think we're doing it as responsibly as we can, but we head a little bit more towards the brink than I would like.
Okay, I'm concerned about time here, folks. We need to keep going.
Hello, Benjamin Cannon, bookkeeper here. I just want to clarify that part of James's payroll is actually part of the professional staff, and so if we're concerned about that building and ground staff line item, if we're kind of reacting to that, that's actually only covering Tom and our security. And so James is within professional staff. I don't know if we're kind of directly reacting to that building and ground staff line item, but that doesn't include James. As well as Easy Tithe fees are just your basic fees that come with the software of using Easy Tithe. Of course, we would save money if we don't use Easy Tithe, but if we use Easy Tithe, we can use credit cards and all this stuff that comes with it. So it's a pretty competitive rate and everything like that. I don't think Easy Tithe fees is really worth stressing out over. But yeah, technically, if we use cash or check, we would avoid those fees.
Yes, thank you for that.
Thank you, Benjamin. That's really helpful. Everybody's good? Yeah, we need to.
Motion to
we need
approve
work
the
on this budget. If you want to make a change, or whether you want to approve it like this.
Your name, please? Joe. Joe? Who was seconding? Oh, Dell. Thank you. All those in favor of approving the budget for 2026, say aye, please. Aye. Raise your hand. All those opposed? Okay, I guess the ayes have it. Thank you. I need to have a report on the clergy salaries. I have to report on what the clergy is making.
So Diocesan Convention approved a resolution that you get to know exactly how much your clergy are making. So there it is. And whoever said the thing about sticker shock with clergy, yeah, I mean, it's
very low.
Yeah, when you see how much the rest of the world and other rectors in this diocese make. But I'm happy to work at this level, so don't worry. Don't worry. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're moving on. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Time to say goodbye to outgoing vestry members. So goodbye to Peggy Scott and Diane Detweiler-Zapp. And Rebecca had to leave a little earlier in the year, so thank you very much. It's been an honor for me to work with you. You've served the congregation well. Thank you very much. It really has been an honor.
If I could ask each of you to come up, please. Thank you. So I wrote all the great things about these folks on these cards, and you don't get to read that, but they have been so helpful on the vestry. I'm just so grateful to all of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Rebecca.
And, oops. Oh, yes, the clerk of the vestry, I should say that. Thank you, Dennis. You were earlier in the year, and Susan was for a couple of months toward the end of the year. So thank you very much for serving as clerk of the vestry. So we're without a clerk right now, so if someone feels so moved, let me know, please. Okay, now we're at vestry candidates. So we have 5 to fill 3 positions, and we also have a junior warden candidate. The junior warden is required to run every year. So Judy Gossard, Joe Thompson, Valerie
If
Butler,
you could all stand up, so
Sam Turner.
let's do them one at a time, so
Okay, well,
everybody
I've
can
got photos.
put a face to the name. Okay.
There you go. There's
Judy. Joe, is Joe here?
Joe not here.
Joe's not here.
Wow.
Okay.
Valerie, not here.
There she is.
Oh, you're way back there. Okay.
Hi, Valerie.
Okay. Sam and Dave.
Dave
Okay.
Kurtzworth.
Sam just sat
Samantha's over
down.
here. Stand up, Sam. Okay. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're
And Steve Mirsky.
so we're ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay. So, our junior warden, Steve Mirsky, I would like to see if we could just vote by acclamation to keep Steve Mirsky on. Is there anybody else who would like to run? Oh, Dale McCormick wants to run for junior warden. Okay. 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 All right. Anybody else? Anybody else want to? Okay. Are you prepared to vote by acclamation for Steve Mirsky? Okay.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wow. Opposed? Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so now you're voting for vestry members.
Mr. Mirsky, you aren't going anywhere.
3 votes. 3 votes. You can vote for 3.
Keep going during the voting.
You got some markers here, James? Oh, got it. Thank you. Is that good? Have I blocked you totally now?
Don't need to see anything.
Okay. Okay, everybody have a ballot. Anybody need a ballot? Up in the front?
Yep.
Now that I've blocked your way from getting up there. So, sorry about that.
I think I get to vote. Why not?
Okay, everybody, everybody can vote for this. You don't need to be an official member of the congregation. You know, some of you will be doing that in April, but you still have a vote. Utensils. Okay, pictures again.
Judy, Joe, and Valerie. And then Sam and Dave.
Oh gosh, maybe I should vote. I think I'll vote, and then we'll go move to the next thing. I didn't get one.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, delegates to Diocesan Convention. Okay, so Diocesan Convention happens once a year. We have, this year, we are getting 3 delegates. We used to have 5, and at this past convention, they punched out all the large churches and took away 2 of our delegates. And it's my fault, Rebecca, isn't it? Because I tried to get up there to get people to change that vote, and I didn't get up there fast enough, and I feel really bad about that. But anyway, so we get 3 delegates now, not 5.
So disregard what it says on your ballot where it says 5.
Oh, yeah, that's the old days. Yep. It's in St. Barnabas, Scottsdale. And it's October, somebody tell me, 18, 19, 19, 20, something like that? It's in October. Somebody have it on their calendar? 17th? October is a one-day convention? Okay, thank you very much, Diana. Okay, so we'll take nominations from the floor for delegates to convention. Wow, you guys are ready to go. Dave? Nathan is Nathan. I haven't seen Nathan today. Can somebody text him or Mary and see if he's willing to run? Who could do that? Cassandra, can you text Nathan and see if he's willing to run? Thank you. Judy. Karen McVeigh. Karen, are you willing to run? Will you stand up so people know who you are?
I'll get the bumper wrap ready.
Oh gosh, that's right. The joke is that Karen fell during the dinner that I had for all of our delegates and broke her wrist. So that's the joke. Oh yeah, I've heard that before.
Lightning does strike twice in the same place sometimes, Karen.
There's a thing that... Okay, Rebecca. Valerie Butler. Valerie, are you willing to run for delegate to convention? Was that a yes? Okay. You can stand. Oh, you know who Valerie is because she's running for... What? Okay. Thank you. Deacon Nancy. Kim Braun. Kim. No? Okay. Thank you. Anybody else? Come on. We need at least 6 people, folks, so get rolling here.
Who?
Jamie Whiting.
Jamie, is Jamie here?
I didn't hear the name.
Somebody text Jamie. Okay, Ricky's texting Jamie. It's IE, right?
EI.
Dang. END? Oh, okay. Okay, Peggy. Diane Detweiler Zapp, are you willing to run? Stand up for everybody. Joe, Father Joe. Ricky Salas, are you willing to run? What's one more thing?
I would love to herd cats again this year.
Yeah, you can do it.
I would love to nominate Rebecca Harkness.
Rebecca, are you willing to go back again? Oh. Oh. Okay.
Rebecca.
We have 6. Any more? How many do we need? We need 6. We need 3 delegates and 3 alternates. So you're going to pick 3 when you vote. Would you add anybody? Deacon Nancy. Marilyn Woods. Yes? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Marilyn. I understand. Anybody else? All right, we have a move to close the nominations. Okay, seconded. All right. So there's your list. Can everybody see that okay? No? Okay. Can you put that on a slide, Phil? No? Okay.
Oh, that
Okay.
Is that any better at all?
So you're voting for 3, okay? So everybody's going, but 3 people will be the delegates, okay? But alternates always get to do something at convention, as Karen McVeigh will tell you. So, Rita. Sure. So it's Nathan Denoyer. Did Nathan respond yet? Okay, we're going to assume that Nathan's going to say yes for the moment. So do you all know Nathan? Mary Pershunas, that family. Nathan's, what is Nathan now? 15, 16? Yep, Nathan reads for us. He is our creation care youth person.
If you were at If you were at the late Christmas Eve service, he served as an acolyte with me.
And he was
And he was wonderful.
He was narrator at the Christmas Eve service. Okay?
The early one?
The early one, he was
Yes.
narrator, and then he served at the late service.
Correct.
Okay? Karen McVeigh, you just saw. I don't know what. There she is. She's hiding. Okay? Valerie Butler sitting in the back. Okay? Jamie Winan. Jamie goes to the 745 service. He's a doctor at El Rio.
He reads in Spanish at the early service.
Spanish. Okay, does that help?
I haven't heard back yet.
Okay, Diane Detweiler-Zapp is right here, coming off vestry. Ricky Salas.
I don't know who that guy is.
We don't want to say any more. Okay, is that good? Everybody got them all? Okay, thank you. All right, let's get those ballots finished and okay, do you have help to get those ballots picked up, Ricky? You have Martha? Great. Oh, gosh. Whole ballots. Okay, ballots to Martha or Ricky, and our counters are getting ready to do that. Everybody good with this? Okay. So if Nathan or Jamie decline, then we'll just go to the next person, okay, on the list? All right.
Who's the next?
What's next?
Shall I go to go down votes?
What?
Are we ready?
Everybody holding up okay? All right. This meeting is much longer than normal because we had all that other stuff to talk about. Sorry. It's time to sing if you've finished your ballot. Are you ready to sing? All right. In Egypt's land, let my people go. Nothing harder could not stand, let my people go. Yay. You feel better? I feel better. Okay. Margie King, I'm going to ask you all to try to keep your comments just as short as possible. I'm very concerned with the length of this meeting, obviously.
Okay, you read my report.
Good. That's good, Margie. That's good. Nicely done. All right.
As I look out, I see so many of you have been helping the migrants and other immigrants in many, many ways. Those bullet points listed in my report say some of the ways we have participated with other groups in town. And what's not listed is the latest vigil that many of us went to in our purple t-shirts, organized by the Good Neighbors Interfaith Coalition, which will have a vigil in front of ICE headquarters once a month. That is because it's different than a protest. We truly believe that some of the ICE agents can have a change of heart and are having a change of heart. Closer to home, I need to thank Father Steve for supporting us far more than the $2,000 budgeted. If you have any questions, please talk with me in person. I love to talk about this ministry that's so close to my heart. I also want to invite you, if you want to practice your Spanish or help our family practice their English, sit with them on Sunday morning at coffee hour. They'd love to have you.
Thank you, Margie. Social Justice in Action Ministry.
It is on. I don't have my voice completely back yet. If you hear me coughing, that's part of the recovery process. He's going to have to put up the volume because I can't project more than what I'm doing. If I do, I'm going to just start coughing because I am fatiguing very, very quickly. So if you will notice in the report, there are no numbers because yours truly has been on medical leave since December 16th, and I still do not have doctor's permission to come back yet. I can do Sundays. That's part of the cardiac Bible they sent me home with. I can go to church on Sundays, but I cannot be in the office doing anything stressful. And I seem to be working with a colleague who's kind of requested I have a doctor's note before coming back. And he's not the only one doing that. There are others who feel I'm rushing my recovery. So if you'll notice, there are no numbers in there, and that's because I had to put this report together just a couple of weeks ago when I had the stamina to do it. So numerically, we served about 10% more people this year than last year. We had 19,000 people served versus 17,000 last year. We did that on a much smaller budget. Last year, or 2025, we spent 72,000. 2024. 2025, we spent just under 30,000. So we've had to do a lot of scrambling. We took away the cereal bar, but we added hot oatmeal, and that has gone over well. So I'm of the firm mind that if I take something away, I need to offer something in return. I have appointed is Connie still here?
I think she has left.
She has left. I appointed Connie as the volunteer coordinator, and she has been doing instrumental work in finding resources to help fund the community food bank or augment the community food bank boxes. The food bank proper is its own universe, and she oversees that. She's coordinating the volunteers, she coordinates the bread ministry, and she has been instrumental in making outside connections for finding free food services. Our Christmas gala, whatever you want to call it, didn't cost us more than a couple $1,000s this year. Costco donated the turkeys, the pies. Caridad Kitchens provided stuffing and other sources of gravy. She's just been instrumental, and I do not want to lose her because That's a lot of legwork I don't have to do, since there are other things behind the scene, as you're hearing, that I'm privy to, and that's stressful enough. So there, if you notice in the budget, our department, or my department, has been cut back because we did so good last year. We had a surplus because I'm stingy. I run a tight budget, and we had that, and I'm glad we were able to do that because some of those funds helped balance the budget this year. We're going into this year with some monies in reserve. We rely heavily on the rector's discretionary fund, which took a big hit at the end of the year because we had the balanced budget. People often make donations either to Joseph's Pantry or to the rector's discretionary fund outside of their normal tithing, and we appreciate that a lot. The one thing you need to remember is if you're going to write a check to any program here, it's always written to Grace St. Paul's, and in the memo, that's where you put Joseph's Pantry, Rector's Discretionary Fund, RDF, or what other cause, migrant ministry, whatever you want to donate to. We just had this run in Thursday. Father Steve didn't know I was in the office Thursday.
What? What?
Our rector, not our rector, but our senior warden needed a little bit of help, and he has been a blessing to me because he's covered me for the past 6 weeks and probably will for the next couple more. So I
Glad to do it.
Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, I was in the office Thursday morning, and a parishioner was talking to Benjamin. They had collected some checks for the pantry and other ministries, and they were all made out incorrectly. If you make it out to Joseph's Pantry, the bank will not take it. It has to be made out to Grace St. Paul's in the memo line, the ministry you're looking to support. So please pass that on. Our ministry is obviously under a dark cloud at the moment, but we are going to persevere and keep on doing what we're doing.
Thank you, Father Gary. Children, Youth, and Family, Cassandra Montano.
Howdy, everybody. I'll get through this relatively quickly. So some things we did this year, started on the garden, getting that process through, transition, learning what it's like to be in the Episcopal Church to begin with. I grew up in the Assembly of God Church, so it was a very different learning curve, but I love it here. What else did we do? A lot of stuff has been art focused. We do a lot of music with the kids. We do soundscapes, again, that you've heard during communion that we have. Again, a lot of our stuff is art focused. It's kind of teaching the kids what filling their cup looks like and boundaries and things like that. So that's been really interesting. Any questions? Yes, so we're in the process of ordering all the lumber and things like that. So it's going to be where the like the house that's back there, there's like a little space that there's like the basketball court and stuff like that. It's gonna be back there. Yeah, so any other questions? Yes. Oh, that is in July and August, and Nathan Denoyer is actually one of the ones who was selected to go. So very excited for him for that.
Never had trips to Hawaii when I was in youth group.
Yes, so, and then there are a couple of youth conferences that are also coming up too as well that they are in the report that I wrote down. Yes.
Cassandra, I just wanted to ask, will there be a children's camp this summer?
That's something we're still working on, yes. Any other questions? No? Okay. All right. Well,
Thank you, Cassandra. Steve Mirsky, Junior Warden Report.
It has been a challenging year for us here, and as Paul mentioned, money, of course, is always the big issue. There's so many things that need to be done. This is an older church that things just need to be updated. And as others have mentioned, we just really can't just let these things go. Right now we have an air conditioning heater downstairs that needs to be replaced. We can get through the winter with that. We won't be able to get through the summer. These are things that have to be done. I myself have increased the amount of my pledge because to me it's that important. So we've tried to do a lot of these things ourselves. As Paul mentioned, we're in a very uncertain world. Tariffs and supply chain issues. It's hard to get things. It's hard to get quotes. A lot of price gouging when you start to put things out for bid. Prices just incrementally just keep going up through the roof. That can't even be justified. So we tried to do a lot of what we can ourselves. We were able to add 3 new columbarium panels in the Memorial Garden, and we did get the EV chargers installed, the 2 things that the vestry asked for. But I outlined everything in my report, and I really would like to see us reestablish a building and grounds committee. I think we need to get more people involved in the decision making of as we prioritize what things get done and how we get them done. I also would love to see a long-range planning committee, something where we start planning for the future. Because, as I say, none of our facilities are getting younger. Everything is going to have to be redone. Some of these buildings, like the rectory, is almost 76 years old. That's a very old building with very old plumbing, electrical. And so as the money comes available, we'll get these things done. But I just want to encourage everybody that this is, if we don't have this, we let this go, we're not going to be able to serve the people. And we need these facilities kept up to date. And if anyone has any questions, yes.
How far along are we on finishing off the payment or whatever it was on the solar panels? Or are they paid off, and is that now beginning to show some feedback into our costs?
We have a lease. We have a 20-year lease.
It's a 20-year lease.
Lease.
And how much longer do we have on that lease?
8 more years,
We
and
still
then
have
they're
8 more.
ours.
That's what.
And we did have some problems with the solar. We had a lightning strike in September that did some damage to the inverters and a couple of panels and all. But TFS did replace everything under the warranty, our lease warranty. These are things that we want to make sure we get, everything is in perfect condition before we do take that over. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Just so you all know, Steve Mirsky has literally saved us thousands and thousands of dollars by doing things himself rather than calling somebody to do it. And I am so terribly grateful to him. Thank you, Steve, for everything you're doing. And on the Building and Grounds Committee, we really do need a Building and Grounds Committee. So I want you to prayerfully consider that possibility, okay?
For my report, I'm just going to ask you to read my report. I would like to thank all of you for your support, the vestry, the staff, the clergy, all of you. It's just been very nice to have that support. As you can tell from the state of the church, part of the agenda, there was a lot I could not put in my report, meetings with the bishop and all the legal stuff. So we've covered a lot of that. So thank you very much. And let's move on to the Directors Awards.
Thank you, Phil, for everything. You guys have no idea what it's been like, especially the last 6 months. I'm so grateful to you guys for all of that. And Phil and I were in the same boat. We couldn't write a report because as of last week, we didn't know what we could say and what we couldn't. So anyway, thank you for everything. All right, I'm gonna go straight to awards. You can read my report again in there. There's a funny story about a French documentarian in my little report, so read that sometime when you're bored. Okay, so we're going to go straight Directors Awards. I started this when I came here. I'm kind of sorry I ever did because people always get left out. So just understand that I just try to give awards to somebody every year to highlight what everybody in this parish does. But this year it's kind of easy. On one front. But I want to start with somebody before I get to the physical annual award. I wanted to mention one person who we haven't really talked about today. And I just watched during the year as this person did all kinds of stuff for us. This person went to Diocesan Convention for the first time this year and really contributed big time in all of that. This person has been a major part of our music ministry and been here at early services all the time instead of just at the 10 o'clock service, and offered us all kinds of fun stuff and wonderful things that have happened. And this person also really helped out tremendously with our young adult group when Lizzie decided she had to have a baby. So, that the young adult group is thriving, and it's very much because of Sam too, but also Rebecca Harkness. Come up here. And the best thing of all was Rebecca shared with me all of her archaeological stuff from the summer, all the trips she went on. It was so fantastic, so thank you. Okay, now for the actual Rector's Award. So this is just kind of a no-brainer. This couple has been doing stuff for this parish. I think they started when they were like 12. It had to be, because they've been here forever and ever. And you all know that this place could not run without them. One of them has done so much for setting up how we get our word out to the rest of the world, and how we do that in many, many different communication ways. And the other is the person that you always see hidden around here doing all the stuff up here that you see every week and we never think about. I bet they have put in, I don't know, just this past year, I bet they put in 1,500 hours between them at this. I mean, they just do everything all the time without ever saying anything. So this year's Rector Award goes to Jesse and Jane Thrall. Anybody ever deserve this, it's you guys. So, yeah, everything. Jane keeps telling me that she's going to retire. I don't know if that's ever going to actually happen. Yes, I hear Sharon's going, yes, I keep hearing that. I'll believe it when I see it. So, okay. All right, how we doing with ballots? Okay. Do we have anything else on the schedule? Okay. All right. Anything else that we want to talk about as a group while we wait to see if we have ballot information? Remember migrant Sunday is next Sunday. I'm sorry I forgot to say that during announcements. I had a few things on my mind.
There will be a separate e-blast going out
Yep.
about it,
Yep.
either Tuesday or Wednesday, so keep an eye on your email.
And then we'll close out giving and receiving season the following week, February 15th. And that's the week we'll start Episcopal 101. Sunday school teachers, I'm going to talk to you next Sunday at noon, okay? Jill. Yep.
What is the state of the organ at this time?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you. We haven't talked about that, have we? The state of the organ. Okay. Bruce, do you want to just do it? Go ahead.
No, I'd be glad to.
Thanks.
So the diagnosis took a ridiculously long period of time due to its originality. Every organ is made just a little bit different, and this one was in 1985, and it was initially sort of computerized, but it is not as much as they are these days. And so we thought that we were going to have to start all over and do a whole new method. And it looks like we have some integrated circuit chips, IC chips, that are out. And once it gets diagnosed which ones those are, then it may be very quick and it might not be terribly expensive. So that's where we are with it. And then at that point, it will probably need tuning after all this time. Did I miss anything, Steve? I think that's it.
No.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's not going to be anywhere near as bad as we thought at the beginning because it didn't actually fry the whole boards, right?
Part of the issue, it's interesting, if anybody knows anything about electronics, everybody who I tell about this, who knows something, says, well, but it was off at the time, wasn't it?
Right.
Well, the answer is yes, it was, except that the inverters, which is basically a transformer that inverts from AC to DC power, the inverters were plugged in all the time and active. And that's not the way to do it, and that will need to repair as well. So,
and that's the lesson we learned out of this.
They're okay, actually. The inverters are okay,
right?
But we need to make it that they don't get that problem again.
Right. I don't know. I think Jared said he's going to keep playing on the old one. He doesn't really care. Just kidding. He didn't say that at all. He didn't say that.
He deserves better.
Yeah, he deserves better. Okay. What else? What other questions? We're waiting with bated breath to see if they finish counting. Anybody else have anything for the good of the cause? Okay. What about Mardi Gras? Yeah, oh, good question, sure. So what's Ash Wednesday? February 18th, I think? So Mardi Gras, our Mardi Gras service event will be February 17th. And yes, we are having another big Mardi Gras celebration, pancake supper, jazz band, the whole soup to nuts. It's always the most fun night of the year here, so don't miss it. Be there, be square. Don't help me, February 17th. That'll be great. What's the good word? Okay, they're going to be a while. So let me just get your feeling here. We can immediately send you out the ballot results, certainly by tomorrow morning.
I can do it.
Are you good? Are you good with that? Okay. Yes? Good? Okay. All right, so we will send you the results. Hopefully, we will not have to do a second ballot, but we'll figure that out later if we do. Guys, I know how much heavyweight stuff we talked about today. I really appreciate you hanging around all this time, and I am so grateful that I'm going to be with you in this journey for a while. So let's sing what we need to sing right now, right? All right. will walk hand in hand. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not We shall live in peace. We shall live in
Let us go forth in peace to love and serve God. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia.